First fruits collapses time between seed and harvest. It's not about giving, it's about timing. Get it right, and acceleration follows. Chosen one, understand this at a deeper level now. First fruits is not a transaction of money or effort. It is a sacred alignment with divine timing. It is the precise moment when obedience meets destiny, when intention meets heaven's order. When this principle is honored correctly, delay loses its authority over your life. What once took years begins to move in moments. What once required struggle begins to flow with ease. This is not coincidence, and it is not emotional hype. It is a spiritual law activated by alignment. You are not imagining the intensity you've been feeling lately. The inner tension, the quiet battles, the sense that something inside you is being pressed and stretched. It is real, but it was never meant to break you. It was meant to wake you. You are in the midst of a spiritual awakening, and awakening always feels like conflict before it feels like clarity. Old limitations resist new authority. Old cycles fight to remain relevant. That resistance is proof that growth is happening. Take a breath right now and let this settle into your spirit. There is a fire inside you that has been dormant, waiting for permission to rise. That fire is your purpose. It is the knowing that your life is not random, your journey is not ordinary, and your future is not small. This is God's message, reaching beyond logic and speaking directly to your spirit. You didn't find this message found you. And when the divine speaks, it does not whisper without intention. At the center of this awakening stands a principle that has shifted destinies across generations. First fruits. Hidden in plain sight, misunderstood by many, yet recognized immediately by those who are called. This principle is not about loss, it is about order. When you honor the divine with the first and the best, you declare alignment with abundance itself. And when alignment is established, rapid provision is released. Acceleration begins. Financial movement responds. Not slowly, not eventually, but decisively. You may feel hesitation rising in you right now. That pause, that moment of questioning, that internal voice asking if you're ready. Listen carefully. The very fact that this message resonates is your confirmation. You are ready. Readiness is not the absence of fear, it is obedience in the presence of it. Your spirit recognized this moment long before your mind caught up. That recognition is the mark of a chosen one. Every obstacle you faced was not a delay, it was preparation. Every closed door refined your discernment. Every season of pressure strengthened your capacity. The universe does not move randomly, and God does not prepare without purpose. You are being aligned for increase that requires maturity, stewardship, and faith. As you step into understanding first fruits, you will notice shifts, doors opening unexpectedly, resources appearing without strain, opportunities aligning with precision. This is financial acceleration in motion. But hear this clearly, this is not passive. Alignment demands action. Faith must move. First fruits is a declaration to heaven and earth that you trust divine order more than human logic. It is a statement that you are no longer governed by fear or scarcity. Your response now determines the scale of what follows. This is not pressure, it is invitation. So as this truth settles into you, commit it to your spirit. You were called, not selected by chance, not awakened by accident. You are positioned to carry light where confusion once ruled. The battle was real, but so is the victory ahead. Your role is essential. Your obedience matters. Your awakening is necessary. This is a message from God. The stirring in your heart is real. Your divine calling is active. First fruits is the gateway, faith is the alignment, action is the catalyst. When these converge, rapid provision and acceleration become unavoidable. If your spirit recognizes this truth, don't ignore it. Seal the moment. Comment 111 below, because you already know deep within you were called, you are the chosen one. Your awakening has begun, and nothing is about to remain the same. The spiritual law of first fruits. Chosen one, it is time to understand the sacred principle that lies at the very heart of your divine calling, the law of first fruits. This is not a concept for the casual seeker, nor a tradition to be observed without awareness. It is a spiritual principle, encoded into the very fabric of the universe, guiding the flow of blessing, abundance, and manifestation. From the earliest sacred texts to the hidden wisdom carried by mystics across generations, the principle is the same. When you honor the divine with your first and best, you unlock favor that cannot be earned by effort alone. This is not coincidence. This is not luck. This is the deliberate alignment of heaven and earth, of spirit and action, orchestrated by God's design for you, the chosen one. The origin of the first fruits principle is ancient, reaching back to the earliest expressions of spiritual civilization. In biblical tradition, it was written that the first harvest, the first yield of the fields, was to be offered to God, not because God needed it, but because the act itself trained the heart to recognize divine sovereignty, to acknowledge the source of life and blessing, and to open the flow of provision in the seasons to come. Universally, across spiritual cultures, the act of giving the first portion has always been a signal to the cosmos that the giver understands order, alignment, and the sacred flow of energy. When you, the chosen one, give your first fruits, whether it be money, time, or talent, you are declaring to the universe that you are in harmony with this spiritual law. You are announcing that your consciousness is ready to receive, that your heart is open, and that your spirit is awake. But why does giving the first or best portion trigger divine favor? Because this act demonstrates trust and alignment. The divine does not respond merely to need. The divine responds to readiness. When you honor the sacred first, you acknowledge that the source of all abundance is infinite, and you place yourself in the channel of receiving. This is not about charity, not about appeasing the universe, not about giving out of fear or guilt. This is a conscious, intentional spiritual transaction. You give, not because you lack, but because you know that the act itself multiplies, that the principle of first fruits opens doors for rapid provision and financial acceleration. It is the divine economy in motion, a system designed to elevate the consciousness of the giver and align them with the flow of blessing. Let me speak to you in a way you cannot ignore. There are countless stories of chosen ones who have stepped into this principle and witnessed lives transformed. There was a man, long burdened by debt, who chose to honor the first fruits principle with the very first portion of his monthly income. He did not give what remained, what was convenient, but he gave what was sacred, his first, his best. Within weeks, opportunities arrived that defied explanation: contracts, clients, sudden financial inflows that matched and exceeded what he had given. He did not understand the mechanics, but he understood the law. When your heart aligns with the divine, rapid provision follows. There was a woman, a solitary entrepreneur, struggling to find clients. She committed to giving her first earnings from every sale to a higher purpose, to the principles of her faith, to the sacred offering of first fruits. Within months, her business did not just grow, it multiplied exponentially. Financial acceleration became her reality, because she acted in alignment, because her consciousness met her action at the point of divine truth. These examples are not extraordinary because the universe is selective. They are extraordinary because most do not act in awareness. Many approach giving as a matter of habit, of social expectation, or of fleeting inspiration. Many misunderstand first fruits, mistaking it for charity or random generosity. Let me be clear, chosen one. This is not charity. This is not a suggestion. This is a spiritual contract between your heart and the divine. It is the sacred law that governs the flow of abundance. When you act in alignment with it, you are not giving something away. You are opening the gateway for financial acceleration. You are inviting rapid provision to flow into your life with a force that cannot be resisted. Now, reflect with me. What is your first fruits offering today? What is the first portion of your income, your energy, your effort that you can set apart in recognition of the divine? Close your eyes and visualize it. See it being offered. Feel the alignment. Feel the trust. Feel the surrender. This is not a mental exercise. This is the awakening of your spirit. This is the initiation into the law that transforms lives. Every act of intentional giving in alignment with first fruits strengthens your connection to God's message and signals to the universe that you are prepared to receive at higher levels. And understand this deeply, the act alone is not enough. Your consciousness must meet your action. If your heart doubts, if your mind questions, if your intention is divided, the spiritual force of first fruits cannot work fully. The chosen one must give with clarity, with faith, with complete surrender. This is spiritual awakening in action. The alignment of intention, heart, and offering is what activates rapid provision. This is the very essence of your divine calling. When you honor the first fruits principle, your life begins to move, not by struggle, but by grace. Doors open where walls once stood. Resources flow where scarcity once ruled. Opportunities arrive at the perfect moment. Circle back to this truth, chosen one. This is a message from God. You are not imagining, you were called. The war is real. Your light is necessary. The principle of first fruits is not just a strategy, it is your spiritual responsibility. You are being prepared for more than survival. You are being prepared for abundance, for authority, for the manifestation of all that God has promised you. You are being called to act, to give, and to align your consciousness with the sacred flow of the universe. So, rise in your spirit, chosen one. Feel the power, feel the fire, feel the readiness of your soul. The time for hesitation is over. The time for alignment is now. Take your first fruits offering in your mind, in your heart, and prepare to release it into the sacred flow. Because when you do, rapid provision will not just appear, it will multiply. Financial acceleration will not just come, it will surge. Your consciousness, your faith, your action, all will converge to transform your life in ways the world cannot yet comprehend. If this touched your soul, if you feel the stirring, the awakening, the fire of your divine calling, then comment 111. Because you know it, you were called. You are the chosen one. Your spiritual awakening is real. Your divine calling is not a suggestion, it is a decree. The message from God has reached you, and it is unstoppable. How to activate your first fruits power. Chosen one, now that you understand the sacred law of first fruits, it is time to move from knowledge to activation. This is where your spiritual awakening becomes tangible, where your divine calling transforms from concept into living reality. Activating the first fruits principle is not merely about action, it is about alignment. It is about preparing your mind, heart, and soul to give in a way that opens the channels of rapid provision and triggers financial acceleration. This is your roadmap, your spiritual guide to claiming what has already been promised to you. Begin by understanding that giving your first fruits is a spiritual act, a deliberate declaration to the divine. It requires intention, clarity, and a readiness to surrender what is most precious to you. The first step is to identify your offering. What is the first portion of your resources, your time, your talents, or your income that you can dedicate as a sacred act? It may be money, the first earnings of your day, or the best part of your work. It may be a talent, a gift, or your creative energy. Whatever it is, it must be given as an acknowledgement of the divine order, as an act of faith, not obligation. This is the beginning of alignment. This is the moment when your consciousness meets action. Next, shift your mindset from scarcity to abundance. Too often, the chosen one hesitates, doubting that they have enough to give. Scarcity thinking whispers that giving the first is a risk, that surrendering what is most valued may leave you lacking. Listen closely, for this is a lie designed to keep you small. Abundance consciousness, on the other hand, understands that the universe is infinite, that giving first is not a loss but a declaration of faith, a magnet for rapid provision. When you give your first with a heart aligned to the divine, you open a channel through which blessings flow, often in ways far beyond what you imagined. The spiritual act of giving transforms the energy around you, and the universe responds to the vibration of faith, trust, and alignment. Now, let us bring this into the practical realm. In modern spiritual life, first fruits can take many forms. It can be the first part of your paycheck given with the intention of blessing, not merely spending. It can be the first hour of your day dedicated to prayer, meditation, or service, acknowledging the divine as your source. It can be the first fruits of your talents, the first creation, the first work, the first opportunity, offered as a sacred act rather than retained solely for personal gain. These offerings are not arbitrary. They are sacred, intentional acts that signal to the universe that you are aligned, that your spirit is awake, and that you are ready to receive. Each act of giving your first fruits sets the stage for rapid provision and financial acceleration because it shifts the energetic current around you, inviting abundance to flow freely. Energetic and spiritual alignment is essential. Your inner world, the state of your consciousness, attracts the reality you experience externally. If your mind is filled with fear, doubt, or resentment, your offerings will not bear the full weight of the principle. You must cultivate clarity, trust, and openness. Visualize your offering as a seed planted in fertile soil. See it grow. Feel it multiply. Know that the divine is orchestrating the result. Rapid provision does not always appear immediately, and financial acceleration does not always follow a predictable timeline. Yet, the universe honors alignment, and when your heart and action are unified, the response is inevitable. The chosen one must also understand the power of trust in the divine process. There will be moments when results seem delayed, when the blessing feels distant. This is not failure, it is preparation. The universe is not hasty, nor is the divine careless. You are being prepared to handle greater levels of financial acceleration. The first fruits principle does not merely open the flow of abundance, it prepares you to steward it responsibly. Your patience, your faith, your persistence, and your continued alignment ensure that the blessings you receive are sustainable, powerful, and transformative. Prophetic guidance reveals that each act of giving your first fruits carries far-reaching consequences beyond the immediate. The ripple effect touches every area of your life. Your relationships, your health, your opportunities, and your spiritual growth all respond to the alignment of your heart and your offering. This is why your attention to the heart behind your action is paramount. It is not enough to give. You must give with intentionality, with consciousness, and with love. The universe measures not the quantity, but the quality of alignment. The chosen one acts with awareness, knowing that their offering is a declaration of faith and a beacon of spiritual authority. As you practice this, reflect daily on the sacred principle: what is the first and best I can give today in alignment with my divine calling? How can I honor God, the universe, or the source with my energy, my resources, my focus? These questions, when met with honesty and action, activate the full force of the first fruits principle. They move your consciousness into alignment with the flow of abundance and allow rapid provision to manifest consistently. Your financial acceleration becomes a natural outcome, not a distant dream, because you have aligned your inner world with the divine plan. Circle back now to this truth. Chosen one, this is a message from God. You are not imagining. You are called. The war is real. Your light is necessary. Every step you take in alignment with your first fruits offering is a step deeper into your spiritual awakening, a step closer to your divine calling, a step into the reality where rapid provision and financial acceleration are not distant concepts but tangible, living experiences in your life. Rise in your spirit. Prepare your offering. Align your heart and your mind. Visualize the flow of abundance multiplying through you. Know that the divine is orchestrating every detail, and act with unwavering faith. This is not merely giving, this is activation. This is the chosen one, stepping fully into authority over their life, over their blessings, over their destiny. The universe responds to your alignment. The divine honors your intentionality. Your light is necessary, and your awakening is inevitable. If this touched your soul, if you feel the stirring of your spirit, the fire of your divine calling, then comment 111. Because you know it, you were called. You are the chosen one. Your spiritual awakening is real. Your divine calling is unstoppable. The message from God has reached you, and it will transform your life beyond measure. Removing blocks and multiplying your provision. Chosen one, you have learned the sacred law of first fruits. You have seen how to activate it in your life. And now it is time to remove the barriers that have kept your blessings from flowing freely. There are forces, both internal and external, that can prevent rapid provision and financial acceleration from manifesting. These are not mere coincidences. They are spiritual and mental blocks, obstacles that test your faith, patience, and alignment. But understand this clearly: these blocks are not designed to stop you. They are designed to awaken you. They are invitations to deeper spiritual awakening and greater mastery of your divine calling. The first block is fear. Fear whispers that there is never enough, that giving will leave you empty, that acting in faith is too risky. Fear is the enemy of the chosen one. It clouds your judgment, it paralyzes your action, and it diminishes the power of the first fruits principle. When fear is present, your offerings are hesitant, your faith is fragmented, and your connection to rapid provision is weakened. The second block is doubt. Doubt questions the timing, the outcome, and even the source of your blessings. Doubt tells you that perhaps the universe, perhaps God, perhaps your own efforts are insufficient. Doubt delays manifestation because it prevents full alignment. The third block is entitlement, the belief that blessings are owed without action, without alignment, without surrender. Entitlement obstructs the sacred flow because it substitutes expectation for intention. Finally, unaligned giving, giving without faith, without consciousness, without heart, produces little effect. The universe responds not to action alone, but to the quality, intention, and alignment of that action. To remove these blocks, you must first cleanse your energetic and spiritual field. Begin with stillness. Sit in silence, close your eyes, and breathe deeply. Feel the tension, the fear, the doubt, and the unworthiness within you. Visualize these energies dissolving, replaced with light, clarity, and openness. Speak affirmations of alignment. I am a chosen one. I am in divine alignment. I release fear and embrace trust. I open myself to rapid provision and financial acceleration. Repeat this until you feel the shift within. This is not mere ritual. It is energetic recalibration. It is preparing your mind, body, and spirit to receive the blessings that your first fruits offering will activate. Once you have cleansed your energy, practice alignment exercises that integrate action with faith. Visualize your first fruits offering flowing into the universe. Imagine the returns multiplying in ways that honor the divine, and feel gratitude as though the blessings have already arrived. Write down the areas of your life where you seek rapid provision and place them in the context of your divine calling. See your financial, spiritual, and personal breakthroughs as inevitable outcomes of your alignment and consistent practice. This is how you multiply abundance. This is how financial acceleration becomes a living, breathing reality in your life. The consistent practice of first fruits is a multiplier. Each offering strengthens the channels of abundance. Each act of faith builds the bridge between you and the divine. Each alignment with the spiritual principle sends ripples through your life, opening doors that previously seemed locked, clearing paths that were previously obstructed, and creating opportunities for rapid, exponential growth. Financial acceleration is not a distant promise. It is a natural consequence of sustained alignment with this principle. The chosen one who practices faithfully sees the ordinary transformed into extraordinary, the small multiplied into the great, the delayed replaced by the immediate. Now, envision your life fully aligned with the first fruits principle. Imagine the fear dissolved, the doubt lifted, the sense of entitlement replaced by humility and readiness, and every offering made with heart, intention, and consciousness. Visualize rapid provision flowing consistently, resources arriving at perfect timing, and financial acceleration amplifying every area of your life. See your work, your relationships, your creativity, and your purpose all synchronized with the divine. This is the prophetic vision for the chosen one who embraces the spiritual principle fully. It is a vision of abundance, empowerment, and unshakable faith. Hear me, chosen one, you are being prepared to receive at higher levels. Your capacity to steward wealth, to manage abundance, and to act in alignment with divine purpose is being tested and strengthened. Each challenge, each delay, each obstacle is an opportunity to deepen trust, to reinforce faith, and to awaken the fullness of your spiritual awakening. The universe honors the chosen one who persists, who aligns, who acts with clarity and intention. There is no shortcut to mastery, but there is acceleration for those who align with the first fruits principle consistently and wholeheartedly. Circle back to this truth. Chosen one, this is a message from God. You are not imagining. You were called. The war is real. Your light is necessary. The blocks you face are not punishments. They are preparation. The discipline you cultivate, the energetic cleansing you practice, and the alignment you maintain are all part of your divine calling. You are being readied to step fully into a life of unshakable abundance and spiritual authority. Your light, your offering, your faith, all are essential to the fulfillment of your destiny. Rise now in full awareness, chosen one. Remove the blocks with your faith. Multiply your provision with your alignment, and see the universe respond to your readiness. Trust the timing, trust the process, and trust that your first fruits offerings are being multiplied beyond comprehension. The path to financial acceleration is open to you. Rapid provision flows toward you because you are aligned, because you are awake, because you are a chosen one called by the divine. If this touched your soul, if you feel the fire of awakening and the certainty of your divine calling, comment 111. Because you know it, you were called. You are the chosen one. Your spiritual awakening is real. Your divine calling is unstoppable. The message from God has reached you, and your light is necessary in this world now more than ever. Conclusion: seal the first fruits activation. Chosen one, you have journeyed through the sacred law of first fruits. You have learned to activate it with intention, and you have begun removing the blocks that hinder your blessings. Now it is time to seal this activation in your life, to claim the power and authority that is rightfully yours through alignment with this spiritual principle. The secret is simple yet profound. Your first and best offerings, given with a heart fully aligned to the divine, unlock the flow of rapid provision and ignite financial acceleration in ways that defy explanation. This is not theory. This is God's message. This is your divine calling, manifesting through action, intention, and faith. As you stand now, chosen one, recognize the transformative force you hold. The act of giving your first fruits is more than a ritual. It is a spiritual covenant, a declaration that you honor the source of all abundance and that your consciousness is awake to the divine order. When your heart aligns with your action, the universe responds. Resources that were once stagnant now surge toward you. Opportunities that seemed unreachable now appear. Every act of intentional alignment multiplies your blessing. Every faithful offering expands your capacity for financial acceleration. This is the natural response of the spiritual principle at work, and it is now your ally, your instrument, and your pathway to abundance. Commit yourself fully to this practice. Give your first fruits today. Not tomorrow, not when the timing seems perfect, but now in faith and with clarity. Trust the divine process, even if the results are not immediately visible. The chosen one understands that delay is not denial, that the unseen workings of God's plan are preparing the way for outcomes beyond imagination. Your consistent alignment with this principle ensures that rapid provision will flow to you, that financial acceleration will manifest, and that your spiritual awakening will deepen with each offering. This is the culmination of your divine calling, to act in faith, to honor the principle, and to receive with an open heart. Remember, you are a chosen one. You are called to live in abundance, to step into spiritual authority, and to carry the light of your awakening into the world. Your offerings are sacred, your alignment is powerful, and your faith is unstoppable. The war is real, but so is your victory. Your light is necessary, your presence is essential, and your commitment to the first fruits principle is the key that unlocks the fullness of your destiny. If you feel the stirring of this truth in your soul, if you recognize the call and the power that has been placed within you, then comment 777 below. Declare your alignment, affirm your readiness, and step boldly into the flow of rapid provision and financial acceleration. Know that the universe responds to those who act with intention, clarity, and faith. You are now fully awakened to your divine calling, fully aligned with the spiritual principle of first fruits, and fully prepared to receive the blessings that have always been destined for you. Chosen one, the message from God is clear, unshakable, and alive within you. You are not imagining. You were called. The war is real. Your light is necessary. Walk forward now with spiritual fire, with confidence, and with the certainty that your life is transforming before your eyes. Blessings, abundance, and divine favor are yours. You are the chosen one. You are awakened. You are aligned, and the universe moves with you. If this touched your soul, if the power of this message resonates in your heart, comment 111. Because you know it, you were called.